So, in this video, I'm going to demonstrate the work I've done to creating this NTRAK module with a blue siding, and show you how I've put it together, and it successfully works. And of course, since I said that, this video probably won't work, and I'll have to start over again. But anyway, here we go. So down underneath here, I've got a switch, and right now this double throw center off switch right now is in the front, which means that the blue line, so I've got my test wire on my blue line for power, that line, it's powered through the blue line. So let's just check and see if that is going to run. So I'm going to I gotta switch over to my Kato 6-axle, which I hit the wrong button. And I'm going to get it going. Right now it's in forward, so I'm going to go in reverse. So right now, blue line's powered, and you can see that the blue line's powered. It runs through the switch. And now I'm going to flip the switch and make it go to the branch line. So here's my, it's a 6-axle SD70. So I've got medium radius pico turnouts, and since it's a branch line, I think that'll be okay. So this is going in reverse. I'm going to keep it on the branch line, and right now, like I said before, it's running on blue power, and then it's going off. And I got to be careful here because it's not long. It's too long to fit under there, but it's not supposed to fit under there. Coal cars are supposed to fit under there, and so that far branch is on. Flip it, change direction, and now we're going into the middle branch that I have in my River Mountain Mining Company Baldur's building, and that seems to be working fine. So then we're going to give it a try going into the close branch. And so far everything seems to be working pretty fine. Alright, again, this is on the blue line, so now it's running, and I'm going to come in. So I checked those branches, then I'm going to bring it down in through here, and I've had this siding for like a switcher to stay hang out in when it's not in use. So I'm going to change the direction and test to make sure that it runs into that little siding. That way I can have a switcher kind of hold in place while things move back and forth. And it's working fine that way. You'll notice I have a multimeter here because I had a cold solder joint on here earlier that I just repaired. And that seems to be working fine. Now, I'm going to switch it over to blue. So what I'm going to do is underneath, I'm going to flip the double throw switch. So I just turned it to the center. I just turned it to the right, which would be the branch line. I have nothing. I'm going to come back to the blue line, and sure enough, it's working and going where it needs to go. I'm going to stop this for just a minute. I'm going to go down underneath my board, and I'm going to disconnect the blue line, and I'm going to connect it to this branch, this wire here, which is an alternative power supply line. Make sure I got my color codes right. And right now the switch is on the blue line. So when I turn this on, actually if you look, the lights aren't on, so that's good news. And notice I've got no power. So now I'm going to flip that switch to middle, nothing, branch line, nothing. So that means that power is only going, because of my double throw switch, power is only going to the branch line. So I'm going to leave the switch underneath on the branch line, and let's test to make sure that it's going to pick up power. So I'm going to kind of push this ahead with my finger. Should pick up power here pretty soon. And it doesn't. What did I do? Oh, there it goes. Uh-oh, must have something loose again. I'm going to kind of monkey around with that, figure out where that looseness is. So right now, we're on just the branch line. Should not be powering the blue line at all. We'll test that coming back in a minute. So like I said, I ran it, tested it, and I tried to make my video, and of course, the video, I've got a fault somewhere. And it should stop. Stops because why? I've got the branch line powered, but the blue line is not powered. All right, kind of moving because it is a six-axle loco. So I'm going to put it back and forward, get it back on the branch. I'm going to flip that switch, make sure that it goes all the way through our branch sidings. Here it goes to here. Going forward. Check and see if it goes into the other branches. So I think when we do things and when things are running all the time, we're definitely going to be looking at not a SD70 here. We're probably going to be looking at something like a RS1, RS2, RS3, or some switcher in this location. Flip that. Makes lots of noise through here. This was a part, I had to do this, I soldered this little piece in about 3 or 4 times. Now I'm going to come in and I'm going to try to go to the blue line again. And it should die when it gets to here. Once it gets off the power of the branch. And here we'll flip this and flip this switch. And stops because I'm on the blue line. Flip my direction, get it back onto the branch line. And then I'm going to do another switch test. It's in the middle toward the blue power. Because I'm on the branch line power, it's not going to run. I still have a yellow-blue connection, so that, let's see where it is. Got a yellow-blue connection, so I can go from one module to another. And that is why, because I'm going to make another module here that this branch will run into, and I'll have another industry on the other side. So we got a successful run. Might be something with my power pole, definitely with my power pole, because as I wiggle the power pole, that's what gives me the power here. But I definitely am able to cut the power between these two lines. It worked with my tester when I did continuity test. It's not working with just putting one power on each one. It's hard to put a DCC here and a DCC here and be able to test that and make sure everything doesn't work. But I've got this so that during a show, red and yellow can run through. Red, yellow, and blue can run through. We can keep the blue power separate from a branch power. Somebody can run operations between this industry and the industry that will be down here. And or we can put the blue line right to the blue and run through power. I'm pretty sure I followed the rules in the standards book, so hopefully that works out pretty good.